Hey, I'm Saddam and I'm a web developer. Let's start learning about how we can create a database using RDS, Relational Database System, a service provided by Amazon Web Services. So RDS provides you a feature through which you can create a database instance that will be hosted on the virtual private cloud, that is again a service provided by the Amazon itself. Now, using this RDS, we will create a database instance. In that instance, we can create multiple databases as per our requirement. Okay, so let's start with the tutorial first. First, we will open the AWS Management Console. Go to Firefox and open the AWS Management Console. Here you can see RDS option since I have already recently visited this service. But if it is not visible there, just go to this drop down menu services. Under this database option, there will be an option called RDS. Click on this RDS and it will redirect you to this RDS Management Console. Here we are. Here you can find an option under this create database headline. There is an option called create database. Just click on that and you will find the option to create the database. There are two options there are two creation methods. One is standard create, the other is easy create. If you choose this easy create method, most of the information will be set by default through Amazon, but I don't want to do it. I want to enter each and every details as per my requirements. So just go to this standard create and here are six engines. So Amazon provides you 6 database engines so that you can use any one of them, like MySQL, Amazon Aurora, MariaDB, PostgreSQL, Oracle and Microsoft SQL Server. Here are 6 database engines that are provided by AWS. For this tutorial, we'll just go with PostgreSQL and we'll keep the version as default, that has been set by Amazon itself. And again, here are 3 options: production level, development or testing level, or free tier. So we just go with free tier option. I just prefer to make it free for the initial purposes, right? Then you can pay as much as you want. If you have lot of money and if you have so much services to use, you can just pay for them. But for now, let's go with free tier. Okay. So here, this is a database instance identifier. So here we need to provide a database instance name. Just mind that this is not a database name. I made the mistake initially while doing this thing. This is not a database name, but a database instance name. It's exactly the same as EC2 instance. If you heard about EC2 instance, this EC2 instance is created on Ubuntu or Amazon Linux or Microsoft, Windows. So you can create EC2 instance and you can do anything and everything with that terminal, with their cloud service. Similarly, this is a database instance which is being created on a virtual private cloud that is again provided by Amazon Web Services. So in this database instance, we can create multiple databases as per our requirements. I hope you get it. So here I will just rename it to my database instance. Yeah, my database instance. Now coming to the credentials part, we need to provide a master username. Here we will just provide Sadie, username Sadie, password is Sadie 123456. Okay, Sadie 123456. Yeah, we are done with this credentials part. Here just there is only one option. You don't have many other options, so just make it as default, whatever it is. In this storage part, there will be 3 options. Just go with the general purpose SSD. We don't need to make it much resourceful. We just need to make it. and now just keep it as default as it is there. Allocated storage 20 GB and all. Storage auto scaling, here just make it by default whatever it is here. Okay, so we are done with the credentials part. Then go to just DB instance class, keep it by default whatever it is already there. And there we have storage. In this storage again there is again 3 options. We'll just go with the by default one, general purpose SSD, keep it as it is, 20 GB storage. And yeah, okay, so here is the connection part. This is the virtual private cloud. This is exactly where our database instance will be stored, will be hosted. Like, let's say there is a cloud, and inside that cloud we have a database instance that is residing on that cloud. Okay, now inside that database instance again we'll have a database that we will call or will be using to store data coming from the websites and all. Okay, so here I'll be using the default virtual cloud that has been already set, and keep the subnet group also default. Obviously there is no other options. And here this is very important part, you know, in this public access. Also, if you want to learn more about what this means, just click on this info link. Here you can see everything about that. So here it is saying that whenever you click on this yes radio button, it will give you the access to use this database, to access this database from your local machine. That we'll see how we can access it with the local machine. Since right now this database is hosted on this virtual private cloud, so if it is selected no, we'll not be able to access it outside this environment. Like, we will not be able to access it outside the environment. Okay, then coming to this private VPC security group. If you have learned about if you have used, okay, VPC security group, yeah, we'll just choose the create new one, name like test SADI VPC security group. We have just named it whatever name you want, you can give. I select a zone, availability zone. Since it is like, I just prefer to keep it here only. That's not a big deal. Keep this database port as 5432, the default one. Don't need to mess up with it. Then keep it as by default as whatever it is. Here comes the database name. Okay, so as you can see, it is saying that if you do not specify a database name, Amazon RDS does not create a database. So if we keep it blank, there will be no database there will be no database created by default. But we want to create a database while creating this database instance. Like, whenever this database instance is created, it will contain a database with it as well. So let me name it first test DB. First test DB, and leave this parameter group as default. Backup automated, backup window no preference. Just keep this as default. Don't need to mess up with these things because we just don't need that right now. Here retention period 7. Whenever you keep any backup, this backup will stay there for 7 days. Let's say you have a database and on 4th July 2021 you have backed up all the data from that database. Then this backed up database that has been backed up in another location, it will stay there for 7 days. That is until 11th. I'm right, yeah, my maths are weak. So yeah, it will stay there for 11 until 11 July 2021. Okay, so yeah, this is what it is. and we just make them as default, just leave them as default. Don't need to mess up with these things. Enable enhanced monitoring, we don't want to do this as well. Leave it as it is. Yeah, so again, protect database deleted accidentally. If you check this on, you will not be able to delete this database. So I'll just leave it I'll just make it leave it as it is. Don't need to check on this one. Okay, so we are done with all this setup, and just click on this create database. Okay, so here I can't use these characters, like I can't use this hyphen, but we can use underscore. So update that, and yeah, we are good to go. So just click on the create database button, and it will just load. I don't want to save this right now. So here it is this, you can see the status is creating the database instance. Also here you can see it is loading and stating creating database, my database instance, which is my name of my database instance. Once it is ready, we can connect this database instance with our pgAdmin. That we'll just see how we can do that. We'll just download the pgAdmin, use that to connect with this database instance, so that we can create any database, like any number of database as per our requirement, and do all the operations whatever we generally do with our databases. So you can see the status has been changed to available. That means our database instance has been successfully created and hosted on VPC, virtual private cloud. Now we can use this database instance to create multiple other database inside it. This is, you can consider as a database server inside which we can create multiple databases as per our requirement. So first of all, let's download pgAdmin. Here through this pgAdmin, we'll be connecting it with the server. Since we don't want to go to terminal, just click on the any download link. I would prefer to go with this 5.3 version, second latest version, since the most recent version most of the time comes with bug, so I don't prefer to go with this first one. Just go with the second one, since I've already installed pgAdmin. I'll just open it from here, and it will just open to my default browser, Google Chrome. Here this is a default server that I have already. Right now I want to connect this database server, the database instance, with pgAdmin. So for that, go to objects, create, and create server. Here just give any name. Maybe I want to give RDS database. I want to give this name RDS database, and either hostname or address or server must be specified. Okay, we need to provide these names. For that, we need to jump in there. Here in this section, host name or address, we are supposed to go to view connection details. There you can find an endpoint URL. Just copy this endpoint URL, paste it here, leave the port as 5432. If you have remembered, we had set the port here, or also you can find the port here as well. I don't know, I don't remember. Yeah, okay, so here is the port. If you didn't remember, just go to connectivity and security, you can find the port number here. So you need to mention the same port, and then the database name, that where it is. Let me check it out. Yeah, so here is the database name. Copy this same database name to here, maintenance database name, and yeah, or you can just leave it as it is. Postgres, that is by default database that comes with this pgAdmin, Then here we need to provide the username is already there. You just need to copy paste if you don't want to type. My password is saddy123456. Just don't try to access to this database instance of mine because I'll just delete it after this tutorial, and now create like type. Okay, we have clicked on this save button and our database is ready. Here you can find three databases, and this is the first test database. DB is our initial database that we had created while creating this my database instance. Alright, so this database is available here right now. So successfully we have connected this pgAdmin with our PostgreSQL database instance that we had created just now through RDS provided by AWS management service. AWS basically. Now you can go to test. Here is already a test. It might not be there for you because I have created. You can go to right click on that, go to create, and there will be test 1. We can just name it test 1, add one column, maybe username. I hope you know this. This is not the aim, but I am of this tutorial, but I'm just showing it that I'm just doing it to show you that it is working. So yeah, you can find that the table test1 table has been created, and all these things will be affected here. All these things will be affected here in the my database instance that we have just created on RDS. If you have learned something or anything from this video, make sure to share it with all your friends and let them learn and grow. Also make sure to hit the like button below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you get notified again when I come with a new informative video like this.